Agriculture is your growth sector. But it's infra-dig to speak about it. The part of the atmosphere created with this Soviet influence in our India is industrialization. Yes, we need industrialization. But that industrialization also, you have to do it in a careful way. I have been targeted by all these liberals because I convinced the Prime Minister and got sacked Mr. Raghuram Rajan from the Reserve Bank governor. He was just raising interest rates every day. He's not an economist. He has a PhD in finance, but finance is not economics. Finance is microeconomics, but policy is macroeconomics. Macroeconomics, you push a button here, the effect will be felt somewhere else. Microeconomics is bilateral. I buy and sell depending on the price and availability and supply. That's bilateral. But economy is a general equilibrium system, which Mr. Raghuram Rajan didn't understand or didn't want to understand. He kept raising the interest rates, saying, I want to control the inflation. And when this was told to me that this is the logic in which he's doing, I said, he sounds like a doctor who couldn't bring the temperature down, so he killed the patient and said, I brought the temperature down. Small industries, the cost of capital went up. Americans learned this in 1925 when the United States president called all economists and said, there's too much unemployment in the country. How do I cure that? Economists at that time, with their knowledge that was available, said there is one way, convince the labor unions to reduce the wage rates. The wages, the minimum wages. And then there will be demand will grow up for the labor and unemployment will go down. So the president did that, United States, 1925. But what did he find? After the wages came down, unemployment increased. He couldn't understand it. He called the economists, they couldn't understand it. Then there was a worldwide conference, or rather Europe and American conference, where finally it was agreed that what had happened is that lowering the wage rate also reduced the purchasing power of the labor force, and therefore the demand had gone down. Because the demand had gone down, companies started closing, and therefore unemployment started increasing. The same thing here with the interest rates. You raise it, cost of capital of small and medium industries goes up, they can't afford it anymore, the NPAs grow, they close down. And then what happens? There's a depression. That falling temperature is like the patient dying. The depression produces lower inflation. So this was it. But look at the intellectual terrorism in there. A lot of people, there was one fashionable lady in Bombay who phoned me up and screamed at me, how dare you get rid of Raghuram Rajan? So who are you? She gave me her name, Shobha De. So I said, what do you do for a living? She says, well, I'm a well-known person. I said, all right. But what is so likable about Mr. Raghuram Rajan? She said, he's so handsome. So I said, is that a qualification for Raghuram Rajan? For a Reserve Bank governor? I am telling you, even the United States President recommended Raghuram Rajan. And it's to the credit of our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he didn't lilt.